Hyrox London XL is just over 1 week away now, and in this video we're going to do a little preview of some of the top tips I would have found helpful to know ahead of my first Hyrox, and things that it might be helpful for you to consider in this just over a week we've got now until Hyrox London XL 2024. So the first thing that is really helpful to start thinking about, if you haven't already, is how you're going to taper between now and your race day. So we've got a video that unpacks everything around tapering, and I'll provide a link to up here. But just in absolute summary, tapering is around how do we peak for our race, whether that's a week off or 2 weeks off or whenever it may be. So tapering is about adjusting the volume, the quantity, maybe things like the time, the amount you're working out. For many Hyrox athletes, myself included, training is just part of what we do day in, day out. So actually, the idea of not training, the idea of reducing the training can actually be quite challenging, but it's something that I'd really encourage you in. It's something that is worth doing and will really help you perform at your best at your forthcoming race. Something that can be helpful to kind of bear in mind and consider is, if training is part of what you always do, can you swap it out for something else? So maybe if just going out, getting out of the house, getting to the gym is something that you need to do at the gym, are there other activities you can be doing? Could you swap those ski or row interval sessions with a sauna, something like that? And now a sauna will be really good as well in those days leading up, just helping you kind of fully recover, and a huge amount of research about the benefits of saunas as well, which I'll let you go and have a look for yourselves, but there's plenty out there on the benefits of it for athletes as well. So other things you might want to be thinking about, you might want to be considering in this sort of final week build up, your start time and planning your day. So the start times are now available on the Hyrox website for all the waves across all the days. So the first link that I'll provide underneath this video, if you go through there, you will be able to find your wave start time for your race either on the Friday, Saturday or Sunday for Hyrox London XL. Other things you might be thinking about are your diet leading up to it. Things, if you've been doing particularly strength training, maybe protein's been a kind of a key part of your diet over the last few weeks for your training blocks. In these last few days, particularly the last 3 or 4 or 5 days building up to your race, what's most important for you to be taking on there are simple digestible carbs to get your glycogen levels all over the muscles in your body at the highest possible level they can be going into the race, and that you're rest and you're not carrying any fatigue. So in terms of diet, upping the carbs, lowering the protein, and just keeping it the things that you regularly eat. Don't throw anything new in there, but just the things that you know that work for you, work for your body, and have worked for you in your training up between now and then. Then, secondly, you've got that start time. You can now plan your day a little bit more. You can think about, when you're going to have your meals. Ideally, you don't want to be eating any earlier or any closer to your race than 2 hours out. That's the kind of the general buffer that I look to use. Now, after, in those closer 2 hours, I might have a banana, an hour out, 45 minutes out, but a proper meal 2 hours out from whatever my start of my race time is. Other things, it's worth thinking, like your race day bag, what you're going to take with you on the day, what might be some of the food, some of the snacks that you want to have in there for pre and post race. Have you got a change of clothes you want? What's that going to be? Having all that sort of stuff ready. In the next few days up to race day, there will be a venue map available via the same link that I provide in the video description for the venue. That's going to tell you the number of laps you need to run for your first 1 kilometre split and the subsequent ones. There's sometimes a slight variation between the first and the other 7. So that's the key 2 numbers to sort of lodge in here.